Hey, what's up guys and welcome back to Anime King, and today I'm going to be giving you part 17 of What If Naruto Became the God of Lightning. Remember to get this one to 100 likes as usual, share this to all of your friends in your social media platform, and also guys, go ahead and check out the brand new episode of What If Naruto Was Neglected with Jashin Seal inside of him over in Anime King 3, and enjoy that guys. And he also posts a new episode of What If Naruto Had a New Dream that will change everything over on Anime King 2. So go ahead and enjoy that. And remember, if you're new and this is the first time you hear my voice, yes, I have 3 channels. Anime King 2, Anime King 3. Links for Anime King 2 and Anime King 3 will be down in the description for you guys to enjoy. I post What If every single day on each channel for you guys to enjoy. So sit back, relax, and yeah, enjoy. So without further ado, what is to begin this new episode of What If Naruto Became the God of Lightning? Start the intro. So, the last spot we left off, as Naruto woke up to rather troubling news. Tsunade had went out against Orochimaru, as they quickly made their way. Seeing the sight of the man that kills Sarutobi, Naruto lost it as he pushed further into the Kyuubi's chakra. As the battle started as he attacked Orochimaru and Kabuto, Kabuto idiotically thought that he could block Naruto, as Naruto ripped his arm right off, knocking him away as Naruto took on Orochimaru. Orochimaru had nothing to do but dodge, as he couldn't test the beast right now given the state that he was in, as he was losing badly, although he knew that Naruto and Jiraiya were in the town. Seeing that the boy could use the Kyuubi's chakra quite well, as he saw that when he was facing off against Gaara, he decided to bring, precaution just in case. Jiraiya was swarmed by an army of stone ninjas that remained, but they were no match for him as he mercilessly butchered them as he made his way towards Tsunade and the others. As Naruto saw Orochimaru leaping towards Tsunade, he knew what they were here for. After all, he just killed Sarutobi, so the only possible reason why they were here was to get her to become Hokage. Without a Hokage, Konoha would definitely burn, and it would be in a fragile state for him to better get his revenge. So, he was going to end their life as he moved forward to the Kusanagi, as Naruto knew that he wouldn't be fast enough to reach, as he wanted to move faster. It was then that he finally did it, what Cram had been telling him. He transformed his entire body into lightning as he moved. With such speed, he appeared. But he reappeared at the bad time as the sword pierced right through him. But at least he saved her life because the sword was going to pierce right through her skull, because she was in a, frozen state because of her hemophobia. Tsunade saw Naruto standing in front of her. She snapped back to reality as she smashed her fist so hard in Orochimaru's face, several of his teeth broke as he was sent sailing as he crashed violently. Orochimaru realized that there was no hope as Jiraiya dealt with the Sound Ninjas. He fled with Kabuto, who carried off his severed arm. They got back to the base after some time, as Kabuto was able to use something to reattach his arm, but his skin didn't look normal at all. It looked like it was a prosthetic. But at least his fingers and everything was still mobile. But he was quite pissed off as he wanted Naruto to pay. At the hospital, Sasuke felt pent up with emotions, as Team 7 has come to be his literal family in the time that he's been here. Naruto, even though he would never say it out loud, his best friend, Sakura, she has grown into a strong kunoichi. All of them were just perfect as a team. That is why it pained him so much that he had to do the unforgivable, as he had to get stronger. And there was only one way by doing that. The training method that would be hard but effective. He was going to leave to Orochimaru. The Sound team came to Konoha as they spoke to him. There was a lot of reluctance, but Sasuke agreed as he went with them. That night, after Don finished talking to Naruto, who assured Sakura that Sasuke would never leave the village. He would never do something like that. She saw Sasuke actually leaving. She begged him, she pleaded with him, and she told him how much she cared about him. But Sasuke appeared behind her as he apologized. She didn't have it in her to fight Sasuke as she begged him. He knocked her out as he cried. He literally cried, as it pained him to do so. To betray the people that care about him, but he had to, as Itachi came in his head, telling him that he was too weak. So he had to get stronger. With that, he left the village, leaving an unconscious Sakura there, as he left with his own 4. So yeah guys, that was basically the last where we left off. You guys can switch across to the place and check it out for yourself. So this to begin this new episode. Tsunade stood on top of the roof of the Hokage's tower, along with Shizune. The sky was dark. So dark, in fact, it seems like hell was gonna rain over on Konoha and the Fire Nation as a whole. But this weather was not normal. She couldn't believe that one boy could affect the surrounding area so badly. Yes, she was certain that it was because of Naruto why this was happening. This morning, everything was so calm, peaceful and clear. But once he found out, the place got dark so quickly it was not natural at all. Yes, this was a phenomenon. The boy was angry, furious, but despite that he still had a level mind and he was calm. Calm enough to know that he should focus on getting Sasuke back. When Sakura came to her this morning, she was surprised. After all, Naruto had told her about his relationship with his team. From what she heard, Naruto spoke like Sasuke was his best friend. So for him to desert the village for, well, whatever reason. After all, he apologized to Sakura, saying that he will have to go. So she knew that he deserted the village, as Naruto made a promise that he would bring him back. Sakura had went along as well. The girl was a strong kunoichi already, quite in depth in genjutsu, as she had great chakra control. She could even teach her a thing or two. But that was not the main issue at the moment. They were hard pressed to find anyone. The village was still in reconstruction after the battle that took place, and ninjas were flocking in and out, so they didn't have much manpower to spare. She just got in contact with Heian-san. Because of their tense relationship right now, they were going to help out by sending a few of their shinobis to help with this problem. But at least Naruto got his team that he was leading. She didn't even have time to properly congratulate him. She just tossed him the Chunin flat jacket, and he made his way off. Team Asuma was not here at all. The members that he brought along with him was Neji Hyuga, Rock Lee, Shino Aberami, and Kiba Inuzaka, along with Naruto and Sakura, as he was in charge of this mission. She just hoped that all of them came back alive. A large thunder boom in the sky. It felt like the entire village of Konoha trembled just because of a single thunder, as lightning crackled everywhere, illuminating the place with a bright glow. Tsunade-sama, said Shizune. Shizune looked towards her apprentice. Seems like something bad is going on. She just hoped all of them come back alright. Meanwhile, out in the field, as Naruto and his group were moving quickly and fast, Kiba and Neji were a big help in this. Neji raised his hand, forcing all of them to stop. Report, said Naruto, as there was no humor, none of the jovial Naruto in his eyes. Sakura glanced towards him. She saw what happened to him the moment she, well, told him. His face just dropped, because none of them thought that Sasuke would ever do this. They're up ahead. They have stopped, said Neji. Neji didn't really like Naruto all that much, but they were still Konoha ninjas. Not to mention that girl that he seemed fascinated with had defeated him in the Chunin exams. Neji was still rather arrogant, but this was a mission, and he would follow the Hokage orders. Fate deems that he would win this match, whoever he fight. As he glanced towards Naruto, he was dead serious. Even Kiba felt the tension along with Shino. Akamaru was on top of Kiba's head as he kept on glancing towards Naruto. The amount of rage that was leaking from the boy was barely kept suppressed. Well, they did not know that he was causing all of this. You need to keep your anger in check, said Kurama. Channeling so much power you might end up changing the landscape if you don't calm down. You can already see what they're doing to the atmosphere. With Kurama control over lightning so potent, mixed with Naruto already perfect lightning affinity. They were changing the atmosphere. The place was becoming quite electric, as it was also causing rain, and the thunder was loud. I don't see Sasuke anywhere, but there is a barrel. I can't see exactly what's in it, but if I must guess, I believe that Sasuke is inside. He is not anywhere else, Naruto asks. No, said Neji as he looked around. That's the only thing that he would be inside of. It's big enough to carry a human. Sakura pale at that, but Sasuke was willing to go in with them. Why would they stuff him in a barrel? She was confused. Alright, let's move. We have no idea what this group is capable of, so we need to surprise them. Here's the plan, he said. Meanwhile, the Sound 4 was moving for a while now, so they decided to get some rest. Kidomaru, ear twitch. Hey, Seikon. Seems like we've been followed. Is it those Jonins again, Seikon asks. Nah, it doesn't feel like it. They're coming in fast. They're here. Suddenly everything went white, catching the Sound 4 completely off guard. Seikon lashed out his hands to try and grab anything in front of his vision, but then everything went black. Drobo felt something smashed against his arm with so much force he had to release the barrel. It was none other than Rock Lee, who moved off of the barrel rather quickly. The reason why everything went white and black was two techniques going off. Naruto, flash bomb technique, and also Shino using his bugs to completely shroud the era in darkness, completely messing with their sight. You brats aren't going anywhere, said Kidomaru as he twitched his finger. There was something attached to it as Naruto saw it. Stop, he said as he jumped in front of the group. He slammed his hands together as he erupted a massive lightning shield. Arrows were from all over pelting against the shield that would have literally torn them all to pieces. Giant, strange golden arrows that almost looked brown stabbed into his shield, but they were teared to pieces by the lightning. As Naruto surrounded them, Sakura looked around as she thought that she was gonna die. They came in so fast. As Neji couldn't even use his rotation because they would have gotten hurt. Quick thinking on Naruto part though, the ground then exploded like something had slammed into it, forcing all of them to jump up in the air. Lee was attacked as Drobo slammed into him like a mad rhino, forcing him to release the barrel. Kidomaru latched onto one of his web as he yanked it towards him and caught it. I'll handle these brats. You guys go, said Drobo. The moment the group landed, he slammed his hand on the ground as a massive earth barrier came around them, trapping them inside as it held them tight. He placed his hand on the barrier rather quickly as he started draining their chakra. Go! Hurry up, fat ass, said Teiwaya. We shouldn't be lugging this thing around. That's your job. Language, he said. Screw you, she said, as the group quickly made their way off. Damn it, said Kiba as he slammed his foot in the ground. We almost got them. Don't worry guys, I'll take care of this. As he placed on Akamaru. Getsuga, he says, he slammed into the massive wall. But when he backed off, the thing started to regenerate. Laughter could be heard from outside. Don't think it will be that easy to break through this wall. As Drobo laughed some more. This is not an ordinary wall after all. This place will be your tomb, he said. As he laughed some more. Neji, what's going on, said Naruto. It appears that he's using our own chakra to sustain himself while repairing the wall over and over, just in case we attack it, Neji said. As his Byakugan scanned around. I know what to do, said Sakura. As Naruto looked towards her. Trust me, she said. She walked towards the wall as she placed her hand on it. That's gonna drain you faster, he said. Don't worry. He's taking all the chakra. I'll just give him it, she said. As she started to send her chakra into his chakra system. As she placed a genjutsu over Drobo. Drobo felt something strange, but he shrugged it off. Suddenly, a tree exploded out of the ground and wrapped around him tight. Branches stabbed into his skin. Damn it, genjutsu? He was absorbing the chakra he allowed to go into his body, and Sakura used that to move around his chakra system as she caught him under a genjutsu. With the rock no longer sustaining chakra, Lee moved forward. Leaf Hurricane, he said. Bam! He bursted wide open. Drobo bit deep into his lips, so deep that blood started to spray from his mouth as he broke out of the genjutsu. His lip was badly bitten, but at least he got free. You bitch, he said as he looked towards Sakura. He could feel it was her chakra that started to invade his system. I'll kill you first! He moved forward, only to have a feet slam into his gut, throwing him through several trees. I won't let you hurt the fine lady. Your opponent will be me, said Lee. He turned towards Naruto and the group. Naruto-san, you and the others go ahead. I'll handle this. Go and bring back Sasuke. Are you sure, Lee? Naruto asked. Yes, I have this, Lee said. Alright, but make sure you catch up once you're done. Will do, said Lee. As Naruto nodded as the rest of the group sprinted off. Drobo exploded out of the forest. You think you can take me, huh? He said. Lee cracked his neck. Well then, let us see which one of us will come out flaming youthful today. Drobo simply cracked his neck. Don't know what the hell you're talking about, but ready to be squashed under my boot. The sound for, especially with Kidomaru carrying the coffin, it didn't take so long for the rest of the team to catch up with them. Damn it. It seems like Fatso failed. Hey, that's my line, said Teiwaya, as she looked towards Kidomaru. Well, they're catching up. What do we do? Catch them, said Seikon. Kidomaru smiled. Thought you would never ask, he said, as he tossed the coffin to Seikon. The group burst through the tree limbs. Well, that was what Kidomaru was expected. Not one person, as Naruto came through like a gig, his entire body producing lightning chakra as he tear right through the webbing. Seikon was surprised. How potent was that lightning? As Naruto came towards him like an arrow, Seikon leaped away as Naruto barreled through several trees. Seikon landed on the ground as he saw the others. He fired, waving towards them. Sakura leaped out of the way, and so did Shino as he moved aside. Kiba and Akamaru went up in the air. The both of them spin. Getsuga, they said. Seikon fired 4 arrows. Neji jumped in the path as he knocked the arrows away. Hyuga, I heard about you and your clan and your special eyes. I've always wanted to kill a Hyuga. I guess this is my chance. Kidomaru felt something strange, like he was gonna die. It sensed his tone to move as he did, as Naruto came crashing down like a bomb, blowing apart the area, forcing Neji to jump back as well. Kidomaru turned. What the hell? Orochimaru-sama had told them about this one, but he seems more deadly than they thought. Naruto, I will handle this one. You guys go ahead. Are you sure, Neji asked Sakura? Yes, I'll be fine, he said. No, go ahead and return Sasuke back to the village. Be careful, said Naruto. You do not have to worry, said Neji. I will be the winner. With that, the rest of them headed off. Kidomaru scoffed. Well, Seikon can handle them. But, pardon me, did you say you'd be the winner? How much of an arrogant jackass are you, thinking that you're gonna win? Neji said nothing, as he dropped into his stance. Alright then, buddy, wanna play? Let's play, he said. The group went in wild, seeing that they were already close to them. Damn it, said Seikon, as he stopped. Here. What the hell, said Teiwaya as she caught the coffin. So I have to lug around this thing now? Take it and go. It seems like Kidomaru failed as well. What the hell is going on? These brats aren't supposed to be that strong. Just go, I'll handle this. Fine. He was the boss, she had to listen to him. As she quickly made her way off. That's enough, said Seikon as he stood on the tree in front of them. None of you are getting past. Akamaru barked. I really hate dogs, said Seikon. I think I'll kill him first. Kiba eyes narrowed. What did you just say? You heard me, dog boy. I'm gonna kill that pup of yours. Alright guys. This one's mine, said Kiba. I'll teach him a lesson or two. Kiba. This guy seems stronger than he's letting on, said Naruto. The way he spoke to them, it seems like he's the leader of the group. Don't worry, Naruto. I've been training. You're not the only one that has gotten stronger. I can handle this. Are you sure? I promise. You'll see me in no time once I'm done beating crap out of this guy. I'm sorry, but I can't allow any of you to get past. Don't worry guys, go ahead. I won't even need any backup. Me and Akamaru shall handle this guy. I can remain. We have the numbers, said Shino. Nah, I'll be fine, Shino. You guys just go ahead and look if they have any unexpected surprise up ahead. We can't be too sure after all. As he nodded towards them, be careful, said Soccer. As he smiled, I've always been careful, but it's time I go a bit wild on this guy, he said. As Naruto moved forward, I said, none of you are. Seikon was cut off as Naruto slammed his hand on a nearby tree, using a massive electric burst to blow it to pieces, sending it hurtling at Seikon, forcing him to leap out of the way. As Kiba jumped in front of him, I'm your opponent, buddy, he said. Get Tsuga as he spun towards Seikon, as Seikon leaped out of the way. Damn it. I hope she can handle herself. I just have to hurry up and kill this mutt, he said, as he went after Kiba. Tell you why I knew that she was caught. They were too fast, and this thing was slowing her down. She was already looking at them. Nothing but a worthless bitch, a blonde freak, and a guy that looked like he's already a pedophile, she said, looking at Shino, Naruto, and Sakura. Sakura clenched her fists. We are here for Sasuke-kun, she said. Sasuke-kun? Oh, you mean the guy that just deserted from the village and became a traitor? Well, sorry, bitch. But I'm afraid I can't hand him over, unless I want to die. So I guess I'll have to kill you instead. As she played her flute, Sakura jumped in front of the group as she placed her hand together. Teiwei was a bit surprised. So you know a bit of genjutsu? Trying to block out my effects. But you should know, your amateur stuff is nothing against mine, she said as she played her flute. Sakura started to sweat as the genjutsu effects got more demanding. Shino, can you give me cover, said Naruto. As Shino nodded, he sent his bugs after Teiwei, who simply leaped out of the way. The moment she landed though, shit, he's fast. As she never expected him to be that fast. Lord Orochimaru did tell him to be careful about this one, but so fast. She felt the fear of death as Naruto's fist was inches away from her. Naruto cursed as a bone stabbed right through his arm, pushing him off his course as her feet slammed into his back. He crashed right into the ground. Kimimaru, said Teiwaya, you have kept Orochimaru-sama waiting for too long. Hold off these three. I will get the coffin back to Orochimaru-sama. Do not fail, or there is no coming back for you. She nodded, a bit frightened. Sakura leaped down towards the ground. Naruto, are you... As Naruto ripped the bone out of his arm, electricity started to bubble on his skin as Sakura watched smoke came from the wound. As it healed within seconds, I will handle this. The both of you go ahead. It seems that that guy is even stronger than these others. He will be dangerous. The both of you will have to take him on, said Shino. Naruto gave Shino a nod as Sakura nodded back. Didn't you guys just hear him? I should not let you pass. So I'm afraid neither of you are going anywhere, she said. She was cut off as a swarm of bugs came towards her. Damn it. As she couldn't move around in time as another swarm came towards her. She cursed as Sakura and Naruto already went off. Damn it. Do you know what you just did, bug boy, she said. I'm screwed now. Really screwed. The only way of me getting back into good terms with Lord Orochimaru for being too sloppy to let you three pass is by executing you and taking your head back as a result. Well then, I'm afraid you will not get back in good terms with him, said Shino, as he adjusts his glasses. Cocky, huh? Well then, let's see you behave that cocky when I remove your head, she said. Meanwhile, Drobo was panting. Damn it, you bug. Stay one place so I can squash you, he said. I'm afraid that would be unyouthful for me to stay one place, said Lee. Drobo had enough. The place was filled to the brim with craters upon craters. This brat was just too fast. But Lee was having no effect on hurting Drobo as the man was like a stone, kicking him, pushing him, while that marking was all over his body like arrows. That black marking, it was hard. Lee realized that we'll have to kick it up a step. I've had enough, said Drobo. His body started to turn and twist into something else, his hair extended. As Lee watched. Now, let's see You survived, said Drobo as he was now in the second state of the cursed form. He moved rather fast than before as he took down an entire tree with a single punch. He smashed through it with ease, tearing through another. He created a massive trench, forcing Lee to jump away, as Lee landed on a broken piece of stone. It seems it's time I release some of my power as well. Lee then broke open the gates. Drobo scoffed. If you think that he was cut off, as Lee entered the third gate, he moved. A feet slammed into Drobo's face. His feet were picked up off the ground and lifted in the air. Lee wasted no time as he delivered several punches to Drobo's stomach. The man felt the air snapped out of him over and over again. Lee grabbed onto his shoulder and flipped over him and brought his knee down. Boom! The man's body slammed into the ground. Lee grabbed him and tossed him in mid-air before delivering 5 punches to his stomach, then delivering a super kick to his stomach, knocking him directly up. Lee released the bandage as he twists and tossed Drobo up, wrapped up in the bandage. Using the momentum of Drobo toss him, he pulled up as well. He flipped over Drobo as he dropped his ankle right into Drobo's stomach. Blood burst from Drobo's mouth as he was sent sailing. Lee then twists as he brought his feet down. Boom! The entire forest area shook where he was. A crater massively blew away every single tree around for a long, large mile. The curse mark receded upon Drobo's body. As Lee checked the man, it was unyouthful to take someone's life sometime, but this enemy was not a good one. Guy Sensei would understand, as at last, slam in his stomach had shattered Drobo's body. His lungs had collapsed on the inside as it pierced in his heart, killing him. Lee made his way off to see if anyone else needed his help. Meanwhile, Neji's arms were a blur of motion as Kidomaru screamed. He was being assaulted. Well, this was a plot. Suddenly, he burst into spiders. Swapping place at the last moment, he reappeared behind Neji as he brought down one of his arrows to pierce right through Neji's skull. His arm shook at the last moment because his body was breaking down as blood splat out of his mouth, falling on Neji's back. Neji had already saw it coming, as with one last movie spin, rotation, Kidomaru was sent sailing as he slammed into a tree. Neji shot forward as he started to deliver strikes after strikes. With each strike, Kidomaru coughed up blood as Neji delivered the final swift strike. Boom! Bursting him through another tree. He slammed hard. His eyes rolled back in the back of his head. There was no getting up for him as he collapsed face first. Neji panted. His clothes was a mess. There was a hole through his shoulder where she got shot right through. His body had numerous cuts on it, with getting shot from all sides by arrows. But it was... Oh, he started to fall, only to be caught by Lee. He blinked as he looked up. Lee? At your service, said Lee, with a bright smile. Meanwhile, Kiba wasn't having such luck, as he was on the run holding on to a weakened Akamaru. The both of them had fallen down a trench and landed in the water, as he was being chased by his two foes. He couldn't win. He had severely damaged one of them, but he just merged back into his brother's body and came out minutes later. It seems they could heal while they were inside. Damn it. Akamaru was wounded and badly hurt. He had to get away somewhere safe as he heard something drop behind him. You're not that fast. You won't get away, said Ukon. Yeah, brother's right. You're done for, said Seikon. Kiba put Akamaru down. It's me you want, right? Well then, come and get me, he said. Nah. I told you before, I'm gonna kill the dog. And I'm gonna kill him. Seikon moved forward only to be stopped. As he had to jump away, he screamed as something ripped right through his arm. Damn it, he cursed. It was a cable. He was yanked back and smashed into the wall. Seikon Ukon jumped forward only to be wrapped up in a puppet. Hey, looks like you need some help. You, say Kiba. Meanwhile, Shino leaped away as he couldn't get a clear hold on that girl. As she created this weird thing, out of the 3 dokis that she created, it had mouths all over and it was killing his bugs. It was literally inhaling them. As he leaped away once again as the doki came crashing down. You won't get away, there is no running, said Teiwaya, as she entered her second form, as she was trapped in that cocoon of bugs that he placed her in. She had to do this to escape. Wind style. Wind side jutsu to the voice. The trees were picked up and thrown, literally, as they were sliced to pieces, blowing Teiwaya away. Someone landed beside Shino. Look like you need some help, said the voice. Shino turned towards her. May I ask, how are you here, he asks. And why are you here? Your Hokage called for our help, to help you guys out of your jam. Looks like I came right on time. Well, I appreciate the assistance. I'm gonna murder both of you, said Teiwaya. Not if I have something to say about it, said Temari with a smirk. Meanwhile, as Kimimaro was moving like a blur, as he saw a perfect stone for him to step on only 4, he cursed as he missed his step, falling off course. As Naruto smashed his fist into the man's face, but he hardened the density right in his jaw of the bones. Sakura had been using genjutsu to throw him off every now and then, as she put that fake crop there with that genjutsu. The man cursed he had to focus on fighting this wild animal. Nothing about Naruto's style of fighting was normal to him. It was not smooth like a water river. His style, the dance of the chameleon, was a smooth, gliding dance. So there was no way that this brute can defeat him. As he kept on hardening density in his body, 2 bones as he launched in towards Naruto, only to have Naruto slap them away with the Kiba blade. He tossed the Kiba blades towards Kimimaro. Kimimaro leaped back as Naruto snapped his finger. Lightning fire from the tips, forcing Kimimaro to propel himself up in the air, only for Naruto to appear behind him with a burst of speed. Kimimaro extended a large bone from his back as Naruto smashed his face on top of it, as his hand tear right through it. Once again, Kimimaro was surprised by the strength that this beast held, as it was so much potent lightning on top of his fingertips that rendered his bones useless when pumped with enough of them. As Naruto twisted and slammed his foot in Kimimara's back, the man was sent sailing out of the air like a bullet, smashing into the ground. Sakura used that moment to head towards a coffin, all for Kimimaro to fire several hand bones towards her and force her to leap away. She went through hand sign, earth style, mud wall, she said. She slammed her hand on the ground, forcing a mud wall right in front of Kimimaro. He was confused by her attack. Was she trying to block his bones or something? Why would she? His eyes wide when you're to burst right through it, smashing his foot into his face, launching him backwards as he crashed on the ground once again. Naruto's already sensed that no one else was around. This was the only guy here, and he will not be taking Sasuke. And he wants to have a word with Sasuke when he's out of that coffin, as he could feel him inside. Something was happening though. Enough. Enough! You will not interfere in Lord Orochimaru planning, said Kimimaro, as markings started to stretch over his body. Finally taking me serious, huh? Said Naruto. Well, let's end this, shall we? As Naruto's eyes turned a darker shade of blue. They turned into slits as well. Its nails started to elongate, only for sand to come crashing down on Kimimaro, forcing him to leap away. At that same moment, Sakura screamed as the coffin exploded, throwing her back because of the force. As she looked up, as she saw smoke, Naruto narrowed his eyes towards the coffin. He saw Sasuke, but he was not normal. His hair was grey and long. His body was a darker shade of color. What the? He returned back to normal. Sasuke stood there. He did not move. Sasuke, said Naruto. Look at me, he shouted. Sasuke quickly headed off towards the hidden stone. Naruto clenched his fist tight as he moved off, only to be stopped by a wave of bones that came from the ground. Sand squashed down on them as Gaara landed right in front of Naruto. Seems I saved you, Uzumaki, he said. I'm hoping that Bachan called for your help, said Naruto. Bachan, said Gaara. The Hokage, said Naruto. Yes, for me to help you with this mission. I will handle this one. Go, and bring back the Uchiha, he said. Are you sure you can take this, Gaara? This guy is pretty strong. Uzumaki, I'll be fine, said Gaara. You don't have to worry about me. Go and help your friend, he said. As Naruto nodded, before he headed off with Sakura, Kimimaro tried to race past him, but a wall of sand blocked him. I won't allow you to interfere with Uzumaki. You're another opponent that is getting in my way. I will simply cut you down as well, said Kimimaro, as bones exploded all over his body like a porcupine. I'm afraid you're mistaken. This battle is already over. Sand exploded out of the ground as it came all around Kimimaro to wrap him up. Meanwhile, as Sasuke was moving, as Naruto turned his head towards Sakura. Why is he doing this, she said. As Naruto clenched his fist, if I have to guess, it's because of Itachi. Seeing that he wasn't able to defeat his brother, it drove him over the edge. And that damn mark on his neck, I never even considered it. I thought, because Kakashi sealed it off, it would not infect him anymore. But it seems I was wrong. That's my fault. No, don't blame yourself, she said. You are always kind to all of us, Sasuke included. She sighed. Let's just get him back, she said, and try to convince him that going down this path is not the right way. Yeah, let's, said Naruto. Wait, what are you? As Naruto picked her up, we can't let him get away. She nodded. Sakura's eyes went wide when he moved off with her. It seems like this entire time Naruto has been holding back his true speed, as the wind rushed through her hair, blowing it back. She was surprised. He was fast, incredibly so. Sasuke! Naruto cried out as Sasuke landed on the head of Madara Uchiha. Naruto landed on Hashirama's head as he placed Sakura down beside him. Sasuke finally turned as Sakura saw him. Half of his body was covered in that black mark. It was definitely that was messing with his thoughts. What was the first mission we went on when we left the village? Naruto asked. The first mission outside the village walls. Sasuke looked rather confused. He never thought Naruto would ask him this when they faced off. What? Answer me, said Naruto. To the land of waves, said Sasuke. What's your name? What the? Answer my question, Naruto said. My name is Sasuke Uchiha. Well then, you're not being possessed, you are Sasuke. Now, tell me what the hell is going on and why you're doing this. I have to. You have to? And why is that? You don't understand. You'll never understand, said Sasuke. Oh, I do know why you're doing this. It's because of your brother, right? It's because you don't think that you're strong enough. Then why the hell are you trying to stop me if you understand? Go back home. The both of you, Sasuke said. As Naruto looked down, all these time, spending time together, going on missions, forming bonds, getting stronger together. Do you think your leave is only affecting you? Do you? Naruto asks. This doesn't concern any of you. None of you will ever understand the pain I go through every single day. You're not the only one in pain, Sasuke. You. I know what you've been through, and you lost everyone. You had a family and they were taken away, and that must have hurt. I never had anyone, so I can't really explain to you how that must have felt. But recently, I've started to get people in my life that I can cherish. And I would never let those people go. And you're one of those people, Sasuke. So I'm begging you, just come back. You don't have to do this nonsense. I'm sure that Bachan will just put you on some suspension for a while before making you reactive ninja duty. Look, I've already made Chunin. I'm not really wearing my jacket because it's too stuffy. Don't like it. You defeated Amo in the exam, and you performed quite well. I'm sure that you'll get promoted to Chunin as well. So let's go, Sasuke. And let's stop wasting time here, said Naruto. I'm sorry, but I can't. Why not? Sakura screamed. After everything, you are just gonna leave us like that? everything, and you would just leave us like that and never show your face back again and leave. Yes, Sasuke, you know that you're my best friend, right? Sasuke looked at Naruto a bit surprised. As much as I don't like to say it, you're my best friend. I never really had a best friend before. But I think this is what a best friend feel like. Well, a male best friend. And despite in Sakura mellowing out, she still has strong feelings for you. And she don't want you to leave either. Are you really gonna abandon the both of us? Just because of the past? If you keep on dwelling in the past, how are you gonna move on to the future, Sasuke? How are you gonna enjoy your life if you just focus on your brother? He did bad things. Very, very bad things. But if you keep on focused on that, how will you ever move on? That's just it, I can't, said Sasuke. No matter what I do, those dreams, it come back to haunt me. I can't do anything. I can't live knowing that he's out there alive. That is why I need to kill him. And being that he didn't leave isn't helping me. Well, then I'll help you. I'll help you become as strong as you can be. Just come back. No, Sasuke said. I've already made this choice. And I've already gotten enough power to show me that this is the right path. So, the only way for you to bring me back there is by force, which I won't allow you to do. Naruto leaped off the head of Oshirama. Sasuke quickly backpedaled as Naruto's fist ripped through the air where his face was. You're just making me more and more angry. The more you talk, you know that, right? As the sky crackled violently. Sasuke, you're coming back whether you like it or not. Bashan can decide your punishment, and then I'll beat some sense to that head of yours to show you that going down this path is not the right way. Just try it, said Sasuke, because I'm not coming back. Naruto turned as Sasuke turned. The both of their fists smashed together as Naruto grabbed Sasuke's hand and threw him right off the monument. Sakura's eyes went wide as Sasuke pivoted mid-air and kicked Naruto in the stomach as Naruto grabbed his leg and pulled him down. The both of them smashed right into the water. She quickly activated chakra on her feet as she quickly ran down the side. Sasuke pulled himself out of the water as he was drenched from head to toe. You are just wasting your time. I've gotten a lot stronger, and you won't be able to bring me back. Bam! Sasuke's head went dizzy when Naruto's fist connected right into his nose. Sasuke staggered back, touching his nose. Blood. Bam! Bam! His head was rattled by the continuous punches knocking him back. Sasuke flashed through hand sign, fire style, raging wave, he said, as he breathed out a massive stream of fire that came towards Naruto like a tidal wave. Naruto pulled out a scroll, doing something that Jiraiya had taught him, as he threw it up in the air as it unraveled. Fire sealing matter, he said. The fire was sucked up into the scroll as it landed right in Naruto's palm. Here, have this back as he threw it. It opened up as the fire consumed it, forcing Sasuke to leap to the other side of the water. Seems like you learned some new tricks. Sasuke had to leap as Naruto became a blades embedded in the wall. Sasuke landed right on top of them. He had to quickly jump, realizing what he was doing, as they were electrified in a second. He panted. Seems. BAM! Naruto punched him right off the rock and knocked him deep into the water. Sasuke's head dizzled once again, as Naruto wasn't pulling any of his punches because he was angry. Sasuke pulled himself out of the water. Well then, I guess I'll do the same. As he rushed forward, the both of their fists started to connect. Fist after fist rippling the water down below them as Sasuke jumped away. He held his hand out as Shidori started to form. He rushed towards Naruto. Shidori, he said, only for Naruto to spin around his hand. He smacked Sasuke in the face and grabbed onto his wrist. Sasuke was haunted by images of Itachi holding onto his wrists, as Naruto's body was like a conductor as it sucked the lightning of the Shidori. As he placed the other hand on Sasuke's shoulder, Sasuke cried out in pain as the thing struck him hard. He was thrown back as he slammed on the ground. He panted as he struggled to get back up to his feet. I warned you, you're coming back, whether you like it or not. Well then, Yes. You're stronger than I thought. This is more of a reason for me to leave. You just keep on getting stronger and stronger. And yet you're not even using the fox power inside of you. Naruto narrowed his eyes at Sasuke. Yeah, I know. I know that you're a Jinchuriki. Sakura glanced over. Jinchuriki? You have the nine-tailed fox seal inside of you. I found out about it. Surprised? That girl of yours. She told me. She thought that we already knew. I guess it was a dead giveaway to other people because you turned into that thing while facing off against the one-tailed Shikaku, right? And what's your point, said Naruto? You have a giant nine-tailed demon inside of you. Sakura eyes widen. You have help. I have none. So that's it, you're jealous. Jealous of my strength. Of course, Sasuke shouted. If I had the power that you had, I might have stand a chance against my brother. But I don't. That is why I have to do everything I have to get him. And you won't stop me. As Naruto watches Sasuke start to change, Sakura got a horrified look on her face. She knew that she wouldn't be a help in this battle. And the thing was, she didn't want to do anything like calls against Jutsu to make Sasuke, well, accidentally trip over his own feet. And accidentally get him killed. As she couldn't forgive herself for that. Naruto had this. He'd bring Sasuke back no matter what. Look at you. Look what you've turned yourself into for power, said Naruto. Is this real the right way? Huh. That's rich. Coming from a guy that can turn into a fox, said Sasuke, as he had two large arm wings behind him, with claws on tip of them. This is your last warning, Naruto. Get out of my way. Sasuke held his hand out as Shidori started to form. As Naruto held his hand out, Sasuke heard a screeching sound as the chakra started to build together and merge as it turned into a ball that was crackling, deadly. What's that? I was gonna show you this once you came out of the hospital. The Rasengan. My own version of it seems with my light affinity. But it seems it wouldn't matter now. Well, it doesn't really, said Sasuke. Let's end this. I couldn't say it better myself, said Naruto. As the both of them rushed forward, Sakura's eyes went wide. Not for the reason because of them moved together, because she saw something move past her quickly. She quickly ran through hand sign as she slapped her hand together to place a person under a genjutsu. It stalled him for a few seconds. Naruto, watch out, she said. He heard the same thing in his head as a sword came driving towards his heart. Given the fact that he was already moving in with the momentum of the Rasengan, he didn't have time to stop. As the sword ripped right through his back. Luckily, he had turned because of Sakura's voice and Kurama. But Sakura gained jutsu that Kabuto broke rather quickly. As that delayed Kabuto for a second or two, allowing her to move so he wouldn't get stabbed right to the heart. Sasuke could not stop his Chidori in time. As Naruto's hand went down, the Rasengan dissipated. His Chidori slammed right through Naruto's shoulder, tearing right through it. As a sword pierced through his stomach, the Chidori through his shoulder. Naruto coughed up blood. Naruto Sakura cried out as Sasuke's eyes went wide to what he did. Kabuto pulled out the sword. Sakura leaped off top of the monument as she came down running in a sprint, launching kunai towards Kabuto. He used the sword as he blocked them as she landed. She came towards him as she swung her kunai wildly. He jumped over her as she spun and launched it towards him, throwing one with an explosive tag as well. Kabuto had to leap back as the explosion went off. She moved forward. Sasuke did not move as her fist connected right into his face, throwing him back. She quickly caught Naruto as the wound in his shoulder was large. Sasuke's hand was shaking a bit. He didn't mean to. Sasuke then saw Kabuto move. Sakura, what? He couldn't get to warn her fast enough as she turned. The moment she turned, Kabuto's boot slammed into her face. As he added chakra into it, her body was launched. She smashed into the wall head first, bursting the back of her head as she fell down unconscious. Sasuke got up, his eyes looking murderous towards Kabuto. What are you waiting for? Let's go, Kabuto said. Sasuke, help her, said Naruto's voice was gruff because his mouth was filled with blood. Kramo is working quickly to heal his wounds. Sasuke, let's go. This is the reason I came here to help you, because we knew that the 9-tailed Jinchuriki host would be too strong. There are already ninjas coming from Konoha to assist him. Come on. Sasuke, no, said Naruto. I'm sorry, Sasuke said. You bastard, said Naruto as he started to get to his feet. Only for Kabuto to move forward. As Naruto brought up his arm to block, but he winks because of the stab in his stomach and the wound on his shoulder. As Sasuke's hand has literally tear right through him. This should never be more dense than usual. As the lightning had literally turned black. As Naruto blocked Kabuto for a punch, all for Kabuto to hit him right in the stomach where the wound was, and slammed Naruto head into his knee. Sasuke started to clench his fist so that blood was coming from it. As he didn't like to see this. Stop, he shouted. Let's just go. It seems like your friends still care for you. You're lucky, Naruto-kun. Next time we meet, I won't be so... Naruto slammed his head right into Kabuto's nose, breaking it. As Kabuto staggered back. You think I'll let you guys leave? You bastard, Sasuke. I told you to help her, but you were gonna leave her to die. I'm gonna... He heard Sakura wince as he looked over towards her. I guess you should really help your friend, Naruto-kun. She's losing a lot of blood, Kabuto said. Damn it. As Kabuto held on to Sasuke's shoulder, using a slow stunned shin. As Naruto looked at Sakura and looked back at them, before rushing over to Sakura. As he turned her over, there was a lot of blood. As he watched Sasuke vanish with Kabuto, he looked back down. Don't worry, Sakura. You're gonna be alright, he said. Naruto said a voice. As Naruto looked up. But guys, be in subscribe right here. If you want to next part, to do, like, subscribe, comment down below, and turn on that bell notification to stay posted. But I'm off now. See you guys soon. Peace.